And it did. Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Prayers right away for Teri. It's been a technically challenging morning for her. Okay, there we are on Enlightened World.
It's been a computer nightmare, and I
Yeah,
don't need any nightmares right now. I need happy, happy, joy, joy.
I hear ya. Okay. Now, little Miss Angel, you need to settle down this morning.
Arr.
You're wired for sound.
Good morning, everybody. Wendy, Becky, Jean, everybody else that jumped on. Hi there.
Maria,
Abby.
Sally.
Morning,
Uh,
Sam. Robert Dosa.
I'm not seeing everybody yet.
Sherry, Leighton Gatewood. Joanne, Trohana, and thank you, Wendy, for sharing it to the group. I haven't shared it anywhere yet.
Hi,
Huh.
Tony.
I am being challenged this morning. Scarlett's here.
Oh, there's everybody. Becky. Hi, everybody. Now I'm seeing everyone. Luann.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
not sure what um, Gabby's saying. We are around the wrong way. Okay. I'm not sure what that means. Hi, Julie Kiss. Hi, Etta.
Etta, Gabby, Julie. Hi, everybody. Uh,
Help us share this out. That's what we're doing right now, is sharing it out in our groups.
Tony says, "Good morning, ladies. I'm stuck at a train this morning."
Oh,
All right. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Please, no,
you
no,
know,
no.
I missed the train horns. I really like hearing them, and I live close to the tracks, so I've been hearing them again at night, and I love that sound. I think it's because I grew up by the tracks in Kentucky, and so we were always used to hearing the sound of the train horn.
Yeah,
And to me, it's fun. It's just fun to hear it.
yeah. And you get used to it. It's amazing. At one point in my life, I lived not a couple blocks away from the train track down on the river. And, in the beginning, it was like the whole house rumbled as it went by and that. But after a while, it was just part of the background noise.
Yeah,
It's amazing how you get used to those things.
it is. And Etta says she's just driving back from work and Prachir is driving. Well, be safe, please, as you're driving.
What Gabby meant was she says, Terry, you are normally on the left, Jeryl Ann on the right. Now,
Guys, I'm all mixed up.
here's the interesting thing, Gabby. When I'm looking at it on my Zoom, that we're in the Zoom room together, it's backwards. So what's coming out to you
Yeah.
is not what I'm seeing. So I'm seeing it the way you normally see it. So your mirror thingy or something might who knows. I'm so confused with technology these days. I don't know if I'm coming or going.
I'm having a technology nightmare and I don't like nightmares. I was on the phone with Geek Squad until 1 o'clock this morning. Yeah, about 6 hours ago. And the guy told me at the end of the conversation, you pretty much have a new computer. I've updated everything, I've tweaked everything, I've gotten rid of what doesn't need to be there.
Yeah.
So this morning it was not like a new computer, and that's why we ran a few minutes late because I was just still stuck in computer, you know what.
Yeah.
So we're getting rid of that. We're canceling, clear, delete any issues, any problems with technology today. Let's just set that intention.
And Carrie is with us and Carol
Hi, Terry.
Allen.
Good morning, Carol. And who else did I see? Erica Hop. I hope I'm saying that right. Is it Hop or Hope? It's got two P's, so I'm not sure. Good morning to you. And Alyssa Shepard.
And Jean Lorio is with us.
Hi, Jean. Computers are always a nightmare for me. Terry, you're usually on the left facing the screen. Yeah. Well, like I said, I'm a little mixed up. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a morning and I haven't had enough coffee to deal with any technical issues this morning. Marcia Gifford, good morning. And Mary Ann Malone, Cindy, I see you all jumping in there.
Hi, everyone. I hope, Marianne, you're getting things cleaned up after your heavy rains and that. I know you said you didn't have a lot of damage or anything, but there always seems to be some kind of yard debris cleanup or something that kind of goes along with a storm event.
Hmm. Oh, it's Hoppy, Erica Hoppy. Thank
Okay.
you for letting us know that. I love that people let us know how to pronounce their names because you just don't know unless you hear it or see it spelled out for you how to say it.
Yeah, and I am really hypersensitive to that because no, for some reason no one can typically pronounce my name in the beginning or spell it or anything else. So with Deirdre, which I was pronouncing her name wrong
I
forever,
was too. Yeah.
I was so glad to know the correct pronunciation because it's just a respect thing, and so I get that. So thank you for sharing that with me.
Yes. So appreciative.
And Sally says it's a funky feeling day today. Severe storms last night and more on the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it certainly is. I don't think it's just for you. I think there's like a funk overall. So I don't know how we can lift that, but we're going to try.
Give it a shot.
Okay, that's what we're here for. And you had a question from Gabby, Jeryl Ann.
Yeah,
I saw it.
I did not.
She
I
said,
had,
I need a quick description of Oliver, Jeryl Ann. I only have one more to go and looking for Oliver for inspiration.
okay.
It's about, but
Oliver is an iridescent blue and green, rather large. If you go to Diana Allison Beiersdorfer's playground video, they're on YouTube. I think you can find them on EWN Enlightened Living as well. 2 days ago, she had bought this dragon statue in a
saw
store
that.
and she showed that. That's what Oliver looks like. Only it's very small in comparison.
Yeah.
Oliver is huge. He fills my yard. He's just this massively beautiful big dragon, but it's iridescent blue and green mixture combo. Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Awesome.
You will
I
love
love
that.
dragons.
Did you see
Okay,
Carrie's comment? Which,
I did.
yeah,
Yeah, Carrie, honey, we're praying for you with that job. I, when I did a reading for, it, I don't see that job being really drawn out, but I know how hard it is to go into an environment when your heart's not in it,
yeah,
and that is hard. But I'm so glad that you're working on your attitude and gratitude because that's the one thing that will turn it around is the gratitude for sure. And I mentioned Rhonda Byrne and the magic the other day, and that helped me a lot. When I first did that, I was working a menial job that I just couldn't do anymore. And she helped me with that book to give gratitude for everything in my life and to really look at, the job and to say the words instead of saying I have to go to work today, say I get to go to work today.
yeah.
I get to go earn some money so that I have a roof over my head, so that I can put food on my table, so that I can put gas in my car and I can go places. So it's the attitude, just like you said, and pivoting away from all of the low vibration and bringing in the high vibration. I get to, and make it fun for you, even though the job itself is not fun, and maybe people around you are not fun, but you can be fun, and that's how to turn that around. And then the more you lift that high vibration up, then doors are going to open, and pretty soon you're going to have that job. I know you're an amazing photographer. I just see you getting back into that. I really do. It's coming. So you get to go to work today, Carrie.
And good morning, Claire Louise. How lovely to see you with us again this morning.
It sure is. Luann had lots of air cleansing through the night with wicked thunderstorms. I love thunderstorms at night. Geraldine, you had the most amazing thunderstorm while I was there. I saw it start over the
Mhm.
top of the forest across the river. I saw this red, it was
Oh yeah.
solid red streaks. And I'm going, that is so amazing. And, we see a lot of UFO activity. I'm thinking, do they come in red?
Exactly.
But it didn't even look like it was going to storm. It was, just this red energy that was like flashing. And then, oh my gosh, that was one of the most amazing storms that I have ever seen because it wasn't like your typical, in one space there's a storm. It lit up the whole river as far as you could see. This lightning was incredible. And I had drifted off because this went on all night, didn't it, Geraldine? It was like all
Yeah.
through the night this storm was happening, and I would drift off, and the lightning would wake me up because that's how intense it was. It was like something flashing in your face. That's how huge this whole wall of thunder was. So, and thunder and lightning. But I love thunderstorms. I really do. I love watching them. Now, when it gets real intense with the wind, that's when they get scary.
Yeah. Yeah. And of course the fur babies don't like that. They don't
Oh
like the thunder and lightning. It's really messes with their system and that.
yeah.
And Becky says she's going to shut up now. What she means is she's like, keep manifesting positive affirmations. Remember, words and thoughts matter. But that's all true, Becky. And I love it. I love it.
Me
That's what this
too.
is. That's what this is all about here
That's
is,
what we're here
uh,
for.
you
Yeah.
know, giving each other support, giving each other advice, sharing whatever knowledge we have with each
Yes.
other. I learned so much here in the morning.
Yeah. And not just the knowledge, I love that, but the compassion too. I love this that you all are reaching out to Carrie. I love that.
Hey, good morning, Deirdre. Were your ears ringing? We were talking about you before you came on. We were talking about names and not knowing how to pronounce them sometimes.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Well, you mentioned fur babies. How are your fur babies doing?
They're doing good. Angel seems to have settled down somewhere. I don't even know where now. I don't see either one of them. It's been a weird morning for them. I don't know. Actually, the last few days, Angel has been, she went through a couple of days where she was off, and now she's got all this energy and she wants to, you take her out and then she wants to come in, then you take her. It's one of those in and out, in and out. I think they're also I think this energy that everyone is feeling, Sally mentioned it, I think a lot of people are mentioning it. I think yeah, we know it affects our animals, and I think that's what I'm seeing now is just all the funky energy and them not knowing how to respond to it, you know.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. We're sending them love. And speaking of animals, I was coming back from my mailbox yesterday, and one of my neighbors, her daughter came out, and she was carrying this little puppy. It was a Siberian Husky, which is so dear to my heart. My dog that I lost had her dad was full Husky, so she had a lot of Husky in her. So I stopped and chatted with her for a minute and asked her how old the puppy was. It was 6 weeks old. So if you can imagine a 6 week old husky and how beautiful they are at that stage, especially. And it just made me want to reach out and hold it. It's like, oh, I love puppies so much. But no puppies for me right now.
No puppies right now. And do you see Edda's?
Edna
She
says, yeah, I spoke with him this morning. She says, Prachir and I were sorting out Mom's papers last night. It was so strange. A very important document which Prachir and I had kept so carefully just disappeared. Till almost 4 a.m., we were looking for it. Just going through Mom's documents, anyways, makes me and Prachir cry. And we missed you and Karen this morning. Everybody did because Teri's computer crashed. So we weren't able to do the live, but praying for you, honey. I know how difficult that can be to go through somebody's belongings after they passed, and all those memories keep popping up, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to happen. That's part of the grief process. You know, memories are clicked, and we think about them and miss that physicality of having them in our lives. So be gentle with you, and
And
just
Claire
give a
Louise
little love.
is lovely to see you all. I've been sitting at my back door all morning watching and listening to the rain. It's just so soothing. It is. It is.
Rain is soothing. Yeah.
Yeah, the porch here we have a metal roof, and you don't hear it in the house so much, but out here on the porch when it's raining, it's just can be so soothing because I grew up, of course, when I grew up, we didn't have air or anything. In fact, we had a little space heater that heated the house, and this was in Illinois, and a floor heater. Uh, and you know, I the most wonderful memories I have are listening to the rain. I had a room up in the attic of it coming down and hearing that rain on the roof. It was so wonderful. I
Yeah,
love
me too, Geraldine.
rain.
Yeah, that's a childhood memory, and I'm so grateful that when I come there to visit, that's where I sleep. Is right where Geraldine is. There's a bed, a sofa pull-out bed right to her left, so I can lay there and listen to the rain and listen to the river and the beautiful birds and animals out there.
And Christina Leftwich said, what is a little wowing is that the tropical storm made it all the way to Michigan's Lake Superior. Yes, that is. I think those were the storms we got last night near Lake Michigan.
Mhm.
Wow, that is pretty amazing for.
That's a huge lake, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
there are
I'm
the five
sure.
Great Lakes, Lake Michigan being one of them, and they are massive. But I just, the fact that it made its way from the Gulf Coast all the way up to Michigan to
I
Lake
know.
Michigan, that's a pretty intensive storm. And Mary Ann said she's still getting rain off and on from the storm system. That's how big that storm system was. That's
Right.
massive.
That is massive, and I'm sure you get a lot of really awesome storms off of that lake because I know even the river there where Geraldine is, you get some really huge storms that are intense,
Yeah.
just thunderstorms. And Becky says, "You said Angel and my cat's looking around. Her name is Angel, by the way."
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. And we have I think, a new viewer, Kika Djokovic. And
Hi.
she says, "Good morning, ladies from muggy Miami."
It's
Yes.
still muggy down here for sure. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, Kika. So it's nice to meet you and have you on the show.
It's
And
muggy here
Deirdre,
too.
I'm sorry. Did you see Deirdre's comments?
No, I have not yet.
She says, "Can I ask, how do people sun gaze? I try to look at the sun and I start sneezing. I can't do it." I
Hmm.
think maybe not look directly at it, Deirdre. Um, kind of see it in your peripheral instead of looking straight on at the sun. That would be my thing. It's easier for me to look at the sunset, although some of those sunsets, Geraldine, that we had there were so intense we couldn't look at them.
No,
They were
blinding.
very intense.
Yeah.
But I try to not stare right at the sun, but like beside of it, or like in the case at the river, you can look down in the water and see that beautiful reflection. But I think the thing is just to get that energy coming into your body, and
Yeah.
that's going to help the third eye. This is one thing that was taught in the Claire's master class, is the more you can get that energy, if you can get it 15 minutes in the morning at sunrise and 15 before the sun sets, then you're activating your third eye by doing that.
Yeah. Uh, and Sally says, I love to watch them come in over Lake Michigan in Holland, Michigan. The clouds are amazing along with the lightning. Yeah, I mean, I lived in Illinois, so the only really great lake that I got to be around is when I went up to Chicago, and but the storms on the Great Lakes are just like the river is different, the ocean is different. You would think they would all look alike, but they don't. They have their own feel, their own energy. And boy, I've seen some of the most breathtaking storms on the Great Lakes I've ever seen in my life. It's amazing. It really is.
Can we say goodbye to Wendy? She's out and about now with her friend.
And can we
Enjoy your
say
day, Wendy.
happy birthday to Wendy's husband today, Tolga. It's his birthday this today. So happy birthday, Tolga. Please give him our birthday wishes, Wendy.
Yes, absolutely. And enjoy your day, Wendy. I know that's going to be fun. I get to go be with one of my friends today too this afternoon, so I'm very happy about that.
Yay. I know I'm seeing she had mentioned she was going out, and it's like
Yeah,
that's one of the nice things right now is we're able to get out more with our friends, and it's really nice to have that connection again.
yeah,
I
it
did
sure
want
is.
Alyssa Shepherd said there has been a couple. Becky said wear sunglasses. And Alyssa said you can try looking through your eyelashes too by almost closing your eyes. Good
Great
tip.
idea. I love that. I love
Yeah.
that.
That's good.
Okay. What did we have? I thought I saw some more. Becky says, I always wonder why my mom divorced my dad. Well, going through her paperwork, found out my dad was a pimp. Mind blown.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that one leaves me a little stunned right now. Can you imagine? I mean, seriously, like my brain is trying to wrap
I
around that.
know, right?
Yeah, that's yep. That'd be a deal breaker for me, I have to say. Uh, wow.
And Etta says, thanks so much, Prachir, and I will chant for no accidents and obstacles.
Yes.
Do that Ganesha chant. Yeah, that's the obstacle breaker. You know, it's so interesting because I was doing it yesterday. My computer, oh my gosh, I kept chanting for it to run right because it kept sticking on things. And so finally, when I contacted the Geek Squad, it was like 9 o'clock last night after Robert's show. It totally froze up. I mean, totally. And it kept telling me it's going to be a 2 to 3 hour wait. And I'm like, oh, please don't let that be true. So I started doing the Ganesha chant, and they came on. It wasn't a 2 or 3 hour wait. They did come on to be with me, but it took them a long time to fix whatever was going on in there. And they told me there were over 3,000 junk files. Now, Geraldine, I know that I had them work on it while I was there at
Yeah.
your place, so it hasn't been that long. And that's what I was trying to tell the guy on the phone. I said, you all just went into my computer not that long ago. How's it possible that it wasn't cleaned out of these junk files? So
Did he have
anyway, he cleaned them out.
did he answer you? I mean, can junk files compile that quickly?
I didn't think they could. He goes, that's a lot of files, and that's what took so long with them in my computer.
Oh,
And I'm going, I don't understand that. You all were in there, but I guess different techs see different things maybe when they go in or
okay.
do a different test. I don't know.
Wow.
But anyway, supposedly it's going to run perfectly. I'm going to claim that and hold
Yeah.
that intention.
Oh, we got on this morning, so that's a
Yeah.
step in
Yeah.
the right direction. Gabby says she listens to Rain and Thunder audio tracks to go to sleep by.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Yeah,
I like the ocean waves too. I listen to that sometimes on audio.
I do too. Claire Louise says it must be amazing where you live, Geraldine. You know, it is. It truly is, Claire.
Yes.
My husband bought this property in 1971, or we would not be living here. And it's like a slice of paradise. It truly is. And we have the Ocala National Forest. I know my screen you can't really see, there's so much reflection today that we have sun actually today. So you can't see it so well, but it is one of those blessings that every morning when I walk outside with the dogs, I thank God every single day, the
Mhm.
blessing of living here.
Yeah,
It's
it is amazing.
amazing. Yeah.
It's really amazing. It's like my second home. And I love it there at the river.
And it's
Ooh,
so beautiful that you can put up with the blind mosquitoes and the yellow
oh my
flies
God.
and the all of the love bugs and everything else, because we have this beauty, but it also has a few nature drawbacks as well. If you know, there are things that you get to deal with for this beauty. There is a trade-off.
Yeah,
Uh,
and the yellow flies, don't forget. I'm very allergic to them, obviously. I
yes.
had never encountered that before, but yeah, their bites would make me swell and break out, and
Yeah.
yeah, not fun.
No.
I'm so excited. I'm reading Sally's comment. She says, Terry, we were planning on taking you to Lake Michigan. It's just something you have to see. It was an ocean. It was once an ocean. I cannot
Oh.
wait to get up there and see that, Sally, and be with you and Tony. That'll be amazing.
And you're going at the most perfect time of year. I mean, the late summer, early fall, and that is a beautiful time of year there. So that'll be an awesome trip. And
Yeah, it's my early birthday present to myself. So I can't wait.
Kim, hi Kim, how are you? And Becky says it was in the newspapers. Crazy. Let's see.
I don't know what that
I
is.
don't.
Is that the storm, maybe?
Yeah, Becky, could you just clarify?
Mhm. Yeah, and Julie Kiss says
Oh,
there's a storm on the way there today.
oh.
She's in New York. Possible hell, she says, but I hope not. Oh, I hope not also.
This is interesting. Carol Allen says, Deirdre, I have a gene that makes me sneeze every time I look towards the sun. Maybe you do too.
Wow.
Never heard of that, Carol.
And either. That's interesting.
That is so, I mean, not cool for you, but I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know I sneeze sometimes when I look at the sun, but not always.
Yeah,
Interesting.
that's wild. That's wild. Hmm.
And
I,
I love Jean Lorio's comment. Close your eyes and turn your face to the sun and feel the power of it go right to your body, healing, especially if you are connecting to the Earth Mother. Yeah.
yes. And Christina Leftwich says some people have a sneeze reaction to intense sunlight when coming from a dark place into the sun. Many experience that coming out of a movie theater into the sunlight. There is a name for it, but I can't. Okay. There is a name for it, but I can't remember it right now. Laugh out loud. Some have it with peppermint as well. My son is one. He always sneezes a few times when he first smells it. Becky says, exactly. Wow.
Cool. Well, I appreciate this from Elisa. Video files can back up and add up very quickly. When you are streaming a lot, you have data streams going both to and from your computer, which is logged and stored. Video data can add up very quickly. Well, thank you, because that could answer a lot of questions for me.
Yes, it
You
could.
stream a lot.
And Sharon Boyle, good morning.
Morning, darling.
I saw your ad for your show on Aaron Fowler's and shared it out. I'm so excited for that.
I know, I can't wait.
Sharon says, offer your toes to Wally. He likes them. No, 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 no. And you know what? I haven't seen Wally much, but there is a big gator that's been coming around a lot lately. So I don't want to even name him because I truly just want him to go somewhere else. He scares me just a little bit. I have to
Just
get
a
over that.
little bit. Yeah, he was intimidating.
He's pretty big. He's about a 10, 11 footer. That's big. So.
Good morning, Rick Morrow and Jackson McAvoy.
And Sally said, good morning, Jackson. She says, Lake Michigan doesn't usually get warm until August. Divine timing.
It is divine
Awesome.
timing.
Awesome. And hi, Bernadette. Bernadette is with us. She lives on the other side of that forest behind me.
It's good to see you. And Leanne Willingham, good morning to you. And Jackson says he received his first brass singing bowl in the post today. It's so loud for such a small bowl. I love it. They're very loud. I have one of those. And that was actually my first purchase of a singing bowl was a small brass one.
Yeah. I used to carry them in my store. I love I love my ceramic one. I love it. But I also I love the brass ones. I love I love them all. They're all so
True.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're so much. They just raise your vibrations so much. And
Mhm.
I'm so excited for the show that you and Sharon Boyle are going to do. That's going to be awesome. Is it going to be weekly or what's that going to be?
Yeah, we haven't even decided that yet.
Okay. Okay.
She just said yes, so
Okay.
we have to set it up and see what that looks like.
Mm,
Yeah,
okay.
awesome.
Sharon watched a Gator movie the other night. Just wanted some easy viewing. It's called Crawl on Netflix. Okay. If there's anything about gators getting you, I'm not going to watch it because I don't need any more thoughts
Me
put into my
neither.
head.
And Gabby said she saw that not too long ago. I can't watch movies where things or something eats other people. I feel too bad for the people. Oh, and Sharon's getting her root chakra bowl. Yay! It's coming
Oh,
a day early. That's awesome.
awesome. Okay. Oh my gosh, that is so exciting, Sharon.
It sure is. Do we have any country music fans on here besides me? I love my country music. On Netflix right now, they have Garth. They have the first season of Garth Brooks. And while I was waiting for my computer to get fixed last night, because I couldn't really do anything, I
Yeah.
had to sit there and wait for them to finish. I turned that on. I thought, okay, let me just turn it on and see, because I love him. I love every one of his songs. And that is such an interesting show because you really get to know this man that is I mean, he is the best selling artist, country music artist, I think ever. And just to hear how some of these songs came to be, some of them, how they were written and his thought process and things that he went through. He is an amazing entertainer.
Yeah.
And you got to see him in his younger years when, oh my God, he was so
Oh,
good. I mean, he still is good looking, but
yeah.
wow. Wow.
Now, is he married? Is he the one married to Trish Yearwood?
Trisha Yearwood.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. And they met long before they actually got involved. And it was so interesting to hear her comment. She opened for him at one of his concerts once he started getting, I mean, he went big like in a year. He
Yeah.
went from singing in pubs and, small little bars to selling out arenas in the span of a year. A
Wow.
year. And she opened for him at one of his concerts, and her comment was, I felt like I was watching like when the Beatles were performing and there was all of these people fainting and screaming and trying to get to him. That's how huge it was. And she was just in awe. She's like, I can't believe what I'm seeing. Because that
Yeah.
wasn't normal in country music.
Right.
The fans were yell rowdy and all that, but this is different. He knows how to excite a crowd. Yeah, it reminded me of Freddie. What's his name? I just lost his last name. How he could
Mercury.
command the
Freddie
crowd.
Mercury.
Um,
From who? From which group?
yeah, I'm trying
Queen.
to remember. I just went brain dead.
All
But
right.
yeah, but just being able to command a crowd and
Yeah.
keep them. And he made that comment, when I'm up there on the stage, it's not about me.
Right.
It's not about me, it's about the crowd and the people that came, and I want to give them what they expected to see when they come.
That's
And
awesome.
that's the mark of a great entertainer
Yes.
is the focus goes off of you and it's totally on the crowd. Queen, thank you, Christina. Yes, Freddie from Queen. Yeah.
And Rick Morrow, good morning. And Gabby has an interesting comment, and I find my taste in programming has changed as well. She says, it's really weird. My whole life, I have been an avid horror movie fan. Since becoming more aligned, I can't watch them anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, and that's a very common message from the other realm, spirit realm, whether it's angelic, ascended masters, whomever, is that what we put in is where it's like with the news. That's where our vibration goes. That's it can you can watch something and it can just pull you down or it can lift you up. So what we're taking in is really important. Yeah.
Yeah, and Sally says she can't watch it either. She cries her eyes out every time. Yeah, I'm the same way. I can't watch it. And I used to be a big horror movie fan. You know, Freddy Krueger was my hero, and now I can't even watch anything close to that. So,
And Sharon asked if we've seen the Johnny Cash movie, and I have not. I
yeah,
have
I've seen
not.
that. It's really good.
And do you see Edda's comment?
Etta says, kindly pray for India COVID cases. They're rising like crazy in Delhi. By July, they are estimating more than five, I'm not sure what that is, cases. Delhi is becoming very scary. Yeah, let's lift that up for sure. And just out of curiosity, Etta, I know you all had a lockdown over there, right? Have they lifted everything where you can, you're pretty much unlimited now? Because I think, well, I know down here in South Florida, everything is open, but with restrictions. And I have friends that own businesses, and so they've been sharing with me like those restrictions, like you're not supposed to have more than 10 people inside if it's a small place. That's your limit is 10 people inside at one time.
Yeah. Sally says, after the attachment I had, I don't need any horror movies. Um, and,
No.
the animal stuff. And I had an interesting evening. I had a very strong message to transition to becoming a vegetarian.
Wow.
I know, came completely out of the blue. And I'm like, and here's the thing, I've been feeling that for quite some time. So I think I'm going to start making the gradual transition of, letting go of red. It feels like letting go of red meat first and then maybe pork. Oh, the thought, I have to tell you, folks, the thought of giving up my bacon is almost crippling. I mean, I love my bacon. And so, yeah, we'll see. So I started looking, if anyone has any recipes or any ideas, I started looking at vegetarian recipes. And like I said, there's no way I'm going to be able to make that transition like right now. But
Right. Yeah.
or maybe even the type of vegetarian, so-called vegetarian that has the fish or the shrimp, because
Hmm.
I love shrimp. I can't imagine not shrimping. I can't imagine not eating shrimp. So maybe there would be some balance I'm feeling within that. But to move towards a more plant-based diet and away from some of the other meats. So I just
Yeah.
thought I'd share that with y'all in case anyone has any advice. I could really use it.
Thank you, because I've noticed since I've been back home, I might have eaten red meat one time,
Mhm.
and the other times I've been eating fish,
Yeah.
and I do eat bacon. And interesting, Geraldine, that you got that message yesterday because for some reason, the thought went through my head. I'm thinking, if I ever have to give up meat, can we change the category of what bacon is to
Yeah,
something else?
I know.
So I can still have my bacon because I had a beautiful bacon and lettuce salad yesterday with that avocado mayonnaise that you turned me on to,
Wow.
and it was so good. And that was when the thought went through my head, please don't make me give up bacon.
I'll tell you, that's the hard one for me.
It
It
is.
really
Yeah.
is. I love my BLT salads. I just love them. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's say goodbye to Carrie. She has to go off to work and she says, thanks again for the attitude adjustment. Oh, honey, just keep your chin up and just
Oh,
focus on you. Focus on you.
thank you, Christina. She says, look up keto, low carb, vegan meals. I will.
Oh,
Absolutely. That's
yay.
really cool. Yeah. Um, and Claire Louise, okay. Oh, wait, Gabby was first in line. She says, I have had that lately too, Jeryl Ann. Has been in my mind constantly for 2 weeks. I'll do it with you. Awesome. Yeah, and I know Carol Allen. I don't know if you're here or not, Carol, still, but Carol does mostly vegetarian with the occasional fishes and that type of thing. So I actually had reached out to her this morning and said, help, because I've seen her post a few of her meals and they're
Mhm.
beautiful. They look just so delicious.
Cool. Julie Kiss asked for prayers for her sister Anne to feel better soon. Thank you. And we
Yeah,
certainly will.
we're at that time, aren't we? It's
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
it's just
Type
eight.
it in there for people to type in your prayer requests.
Okay. All right. And Etta said, yes, ma'am, they have opened everything. Only movie halls and educational institutions are closed. And, you know, we live in a very isolated area, and the bigger town next to us, they're not opening up phase 2 the way the rest of the state is.
Yeah.
And because I think people thought we were so isolated and safe, they didn't take the precautions
Mhm.
that other places have taken. And of course, I think Pachir even mentioned down below later in the comments that their population base is so high. So you've got a couple of those circumstances where the base is so high, your odds go up, and then you have isolated areas where people think they're immune
Mm-hmm.
and don't take the precautions.
That's so true, Jillian. Good point. Yeah.
Okay.
And Claire says, I watched a show with some really emotional scenes yesterday, and I was completely overwhelmed with the emotion. This happens a lot now. The more I grow spiritually, the more I absorb others' emotions, even through TV. Also, that's a mark of incredible acting when the emotion can transcend the scene and affect the viewer.
Yes.
That is for real. I felt that for so many years. You really feel that emotion that's coming through if it's a really good actor. You know, the interesting thing, one of my very favorite movies is Dirty Dancing. I love that movie, and I have ever since it first came out. But then I watched I can't remember what it's called. It's something about the movies that made us, I think. I don't remember if that was Netflix thing, but it showed the behind the scenes.
Uh-huh.
And those two actors, Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey, did not get along at all. They had this huge thing between them because they had been in a movie before that and they had some things come up and they did not get along. And she even had told the producers, we can't have him. He's not going to be the star of this movie. And they put the two of them in a room and said, you two work this out because you're going to be doing this movie. And so, sure enough, I guess they came to an agreement. But there was that thing between them. He thought she was a little, you know what, with all the attitude. But they made the movie and it came off as this perfect love story between them that was so amazing, and you did feel the energy of it. I think because of the intensity, I think that just
Probably.
upped, what you got from them from the acting in that movie.
Because
But
that's
it
kind of how their
it's
relationship started out in the movie. kind
Yeah,
of that tension and that, yeah.
yeah.
Deirdre says, and she's, I need to do this, Deirdre. You should DVR Celebrity Watch Party. It's so funny. And it's Thursdays on Fox. She's mentioned this before, and I haven't, um, uh, I loved having the quiet time, but now, like today, I work straight through after this. I'm back to back until 6 p.m. And I love that I'm back to work, but I'm not getting to, I don't have all that downtime I had before.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, Erica Hoppy says it was Red Dawn that the two of them starred in, and I guess they really had something come up during that filming of that movie, and it was a big conflict. And they
Okay.
had some intense feelings toward each other that weren't very good.
You're Jackson, you are a man after my own heart. Says, I'm obsessed with bacon. One Christmas, I told my mom that I didn't want any, and she knew straight away something was very wrong. Turns out I had chicken pox. Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Okay.
Yeah, it is hard to walk away from, isn't it? Sally made that comment, and Claire says, I love bacon so much too, but yes, I think about changing my diet to plant-based so much. I would love to, but it's such a whole new way of eating. It is a big transition.
Yeah.
It really is. Any change that you make. Gerald Ann, remember when you started working with me with my nutrition a couple of years ago? In fact, I found an old post on Facebook. You know how your memories pop up,
Yes.
and
Yeah.
it was 2 years ago that we started working on changing my nutrition, where
Mhm.
I went off of sugar altogether, just gave it up, and breads and all of the pasta, all the processed
White
foods.
potatoes,
That was
processed
two
foods,
years ago.
completely clean. You were amazing. You made the decision to do it and you didn't turn back. And that's what you have to do. And
It really
I'm
is.
gonna hopefully make this no, I am making this transition. I
There
just
you
really
go.
threw me for a loop. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been in my mind for weeks now, actually, probably way months, actually, maybe even years. But yeah, it's just I got the message.
Yeah.
Sherry Gatewood says this, and this is one of the things we have to really play with, use the sway test, muscle test, whatever it takes, because she said she was so busy keeping up with her protein intake that she ignored her iron and it got extremely low. And
Yeah.
don't you think I think that's the hardest part of any lifestyle transition is making sure we get all of the nutritional value, all the different minerals and everything that we need. And also, that's why I'm so heavily into organics and non-GMO, because our foods don't carry the same nutrition that they used to when we were kids.
Right.
I grew up
Exactly.
eating from the garden. My grandfather was a butcher. He had a meat market. We raised our own everything, and so we never ate in restaurants. We lived in the country.
Yeah, we didn't either. I didn't know what a restaurant was until after I left home. My mom cooked everything. And I don't know if you saw the comment from Etta.
Yeah, go ahead, please go ahead and read
It
that.
says, Prachir can send you some typical Punjabi Indian recipes. He is trying to patronize my mom's recipes.
I would love that. I would absolutely love that, because that's the other thing too, is to have flavor and taste and I have a tendency to cook when I go clean. I have a tendency to cook kind of not bland, but it's nice to change it up and to have different things. So
Yeah. Well, we are past time to start our prayers. Just trying to see if there are any more that have been typed in. We've been having such a great conversation
yeah.
today. Thank you all for your interactions. And Jackson says prayers for anyone feeling anxious about the world heading back to normal and it being dangerous to go out. Strength to you. Thank you.
And Sally is asking for prayers for the many that are without power today, for the people who wound up with trees through their roofs, and for no tornadoes to show up again today. Yeah,
Absolutely.
absolutely.
And Gabby asked for prayers for the non human souls. Absolutely. All of our fur babies and all the animals out in the wild.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see if there's any others.
All right, so we're continuing the discussion about the food, and thank you all. And I love that you are responding to Jeryl Ann's asking for help with that transition that she's going to make, and let's put you in the circle. You
Yeah.
know,
Thank you.
definitely any change that we make in our life, especially when it's a change to listen to our gut feeling about something and then really look at that and say, okay, you know, yeah, I can do this. We always need support, don't we? I'm so grateful to you, Geraldine, because you have been there for me to support every time that I have made a life change, and especially the nutrition change. And you've been so awesome. You know, you've taught me so much about nutrition and been there to support me as I go through that journey. And I'm just so grateful to you.
Well,
So
thank
thank
you,
you.
Terry. I had friends when I got off the first time, because that was a wagon I've fallen on and off for many, many times, the sugar wagon. Um, I had good friends, Kathleen, she went to school. She's a nutritionist, and Ella, uh, and Ellie, I mean, and different ones that really have studied nutrition and have done those things. So for me, this is the type of everyone shares their knowledge. That doesn't mean you're going to
Yes.
use everything everyone shares with you, but the more knowledge, like you said, knowledge is power. And so if we keep sharing with each other what we know and supporting each other in that process, because it's not always easy. So um, I, you are very welcome. And here's the thing too: when we share our knowledge, it reinforces it within ourselves.
Yeah,
Don't you
so
think?
true.
It's a win-win all the way around. It is
It sure
absolute.
is. And
Yeah.
I just want you to know I'm very grateful to you for
Well,
so
good.
much,
Thank you.
everything that you have done to help me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Um,
And
Scarlett says, I'd like to include my friend's pet dog who's having surgery today. Absolutely. And that just clicked a memory that we need to put Karen Palmer's dog Kaylee
yes.
in. Her dog twisted its knee, and so she's having to rest a lot. There's some medicine that she's taking and resting.
And good morning, Catherine.
Hi, Catherine.
And Chris,
Sharon says prayers for my shoulder. I'm sorry, prayers for my shoulder and neck, which have been playing up the past few days with a restless, painful night, and prayers for everyone troubled and in need across the world.
Catherine Kovacs, good morning. And she's asking for prayers for Michael's brother, Steve. He has stage 4 cancer and has decided to stop taking treatment for it. Okay.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
big one.
tough. So yeah, we'll definitely keep that in our prayers.
Yeah,
And Christine Leftwich, prayer for my friend Dawn's shoulder pain. Yeah. And good
absolutely.
morning, Diana. Thank you for jumping in just in time for our prayers. If you have any you'd like to put in there, I don't know if you still have a house full there where you're at, but we'll lift you up for all of that that's going on in your household. And she says she woke up with a headache and went back to sleep, just waking up. Well, let's put you in for that headache as well into our circle. And anybody that's having those aches and pains and things going on, whether it's physical or emotional, we're putting you in there. So let's go ahead and do our prayer. It's already getting close to 8:30 and we need to wind this up because I know I have appointments and Gerald Ann has appointments and you all probably do too.
Yeah, I'm
So
sure.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, they're all clearing out today. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
That will be interesting, won't it, to go from a house full to a quiet house. So yeah, definitely put you in there. And Sherry, as for Wayne Williams Snellgrove, is asking for prayers as well. All right. So let's just start with bringing in our energy to our hearts. Just bring it right into your heart center, touching our heart space so that we bring our focus there. And let's really focus on love this morning. Love means many things to many people, but let's focus on the unconditional love that comes from God. what I call God. It's the highest source of energy that exists, that creator. And bring that in with your in-breath, and then release anything unlike love with your out-breath. Any concerns, any pains that are going on in your body, just let it go. Any worry, anxiety, things that just mull over in your mind what could happen. Sometimes we go to the worst possible scenario. So let's get rid of that and pivot to what's the best that could happen. Breathe that in. What's the best that could happen in this day that I have been given? This wonderful, beautiful, miraculous day. I'm alive. I can breathe. I can speak. I can hear the sounds of nature. Just breathe in everything that you have to be grateful for. And then ask that question again. What's the best that can happen today? Look at all the unlimited possibilities that there are. And then feel that heart center expand as you open up to positive. Love is a healing vibration. And this is what Kuan Yin does. She brings in that love and compassion, places it right in our heart center. Allow that now. Just allow your heart to open to the potential of love and what that can bring to you, the healing that it can bring, but also the sense of being loved, the sense that we are a spark of the divine and we are pure love. It's our human egos and our human mind that tells us otherwise, that brings in the doubts and the insecurities and all of that anxiety about what could go wrong. So let's pivot away from what could go wrong to what can go right. What can go right in our world today? Maybe I can share a smile with someone who's very low, who's in that state of not seeing anything good in the world, having nothing to smile about, and your smile may be like sunshine to them. It might uplift them to a place where they can at least see potential. They can see there's one bright light. Maybe there's more. So sharing our smiles with others, even if it's through a mask, we can still share smiles through our eyes. That's where the real smiles are. So let's look at what we can do. What can I do? And then what can we do as a collective? We can lift the vibration. We can go from that low vibration, just as we did earlier with one of our own, one who was in that space of thinking about the worst that was going to happen as she went off to work, and we all helped her turn that around and to go with a different attitude. We can all do that. We can all shift away from what's going to go wrong to what can I do today to lift myself? And in lifting myself, we lift others. So let's go there now. Think about what's going on in your life and how can I turn away from that thinking the worst about each situation that's going on today to thinking the very best of it. How can I make a difference in someone's life today? How can I make a difference in my own life today? And we start with self-love and self-care. And that's what we've been discussing this whole time together is self-care. Feeling into our gut intuition and figuring out what's the very best for us. What change do I need to make that's going to bring about more harmony inside my body and my mind and my soul. So think about what's going on in your life. Take a breath in. Focus on where you are right now. And you can make a conscious decision. I'm going to look for the best in everything I do today. I'm going to go into it with that attitude of gratitude. I'm going into it with a question of what can I do? What can I do to raise my vibration and affect those around me with that high vibration, that high frequency? The more we raise our own vibration, it adds to the solution in the world. It adds to that frequency going out from the planet. And Mother Earth will definitely thank us when we raise that frequency. Let's give gratitude for our planet that we're on, all the people on the planet, the animals, the trees, the waterways, the plants, the farmers who grow our food that we eat. Giving gratitude for every part of this journey that we have here in this lifetime. And sometimes, yes, that means going out to a job or spending time each day doing whatever is going to put that roof over our head and food on the table. So being very grateful for every experience we have, even when it doesn't seem like that's what we're supposed to be doing, the more gratitude we do, the more that will shift into love, into loving what we do every day, finding our passion, finding our purpose. And let's ask our beautiful angels to surround us, each one of us, just coming in with that energy of love and light, helping us know that we are exactly where we're supposed to be. It's by divine appointment that you are here. There's no accident that you're here. You're exactly where you're supposed to be at this moment. So give gratitude to yourself. Give yourself a hug for following your gut and coming on with us every morning. And now let's ask our angels to help us look at all these prayer requests that were lifted up and those that you're holding in your heart, in your mind for loved ones. Let's remember to put our dear Sam in the circle for continued recovery, continued good health. And let's just lift all these requests that are in the circle, and let's place each one of us in there, lifting up each person that's gathered here together for whatever is needed right now, whatever that might be inside of you. We lift you up and asking our angels to help us to release the attachment to the outcomes. Whatever happens, whatever way these prayers are answered, God knows what's best. We don't have to know. We don't have to see the big picture because our focus is on our movie and how we are living our life. Are we living it with purpose? So letting go of all of those prayer requests, we're going to just hand them over. They just rise. The energy of them rises now. Going to be seen and heard and answered by God. And let's focus on gratitude as that happens. As we feel that energy going from us and Archangel Michael cutting the cord of our attachment to any of the outcomes, then we feel free. We feel lighter. when that happens? Do you feel lighter, letting go of that burden? Let go of the attachment. Just know that they're being seen. They're being taken care of. And put the focus back into your heart center. Bring that love in. Love, compassion, care, concern. Bring all of that back into your heart as unconditional love. And let that flood your entire body. See your light start to shine brighter now. I see beacons going out from all of you. It's like the light has turned on in the lighthouse and we're all finding our way home. We're finding our way home to love, which is inside of us. So let's gather together our energy and share that with each other. Let's share those beacons of light as we do every morning. So we start with one person. Take a deep breath in and just envision that we're in a tight circle. The angels are surrounding us. They're holding us really tight so we can all feel the energy of each other. And as we look to one side, let's start with the left. We're going to say to that person that you're envisioning on your left, I love you. So let's do that now.
I love you.
I love you. And then that comes around, all around the circle, even with the angels, they're sending it too. I feel them right now just joining in with their energy and bringing that love back into our hearts, back into our very heart center and expanding it. So then let's give out some gratitude for all of that love, gratitude for each other, gratitude for this beautiful time together in the morning. Let's say thank you and then I love you. So 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
I love
I
you.
love you. Oh, you all are so beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. Ah, that was lovely. Thank you, Terry. That was
Yeah, that
beautiful.
felt really good, didn't it? To just hold each other up,
Yeah.
just to focus on positive today. I think that's our big message from the angels today. Focus on what can I do? How can I make a change in the world?
Yes. Absolutely.
So thank you to everyone that joined in,
Thank you.
and thank you for your hearts, and thank you for your love. Ah, feels
Absolutely.
good. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you all. I wish you all just the most beautiful day. I
You
think it's going to be
too.
a gorgeous one here today.
It
Um,
is.
so
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll have to pop out between appointments and ground myself and go back in.
Yeah, and Sharon Boyle, thank you. She says, "Good luck, ladies, with your appointments."
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And this morning at 11 o'clock, I'll be leading the guided meditation on Enlightened World Network.
Lovely.
Check out all the programming there. Diana will be on at 9:30 with the playground, and
Yeah.
at 9 o'clock is Mira Rubin. At 5 o'clock today is Deb Goldberg
Yes.
with Divine Relationship Recovery. And if I missed anything, I'm so sorry if I missed any of the shows that are coming up. But there's a lot there right now. They have a program guide, just like a TV guide. They
Yes.
have a program guide of everything that's going on. So blessings to all of you. I
Yes.
love you so much.
And as
You're so
Deirdre would
welcome.
say,
Deirdre's taking us out with
namaste.
Namaste,
Y'all.
y'all. I
Bye
love you.
bye, everybody.
Be safe, everybody. I love you.